This message did not find you by accident. The algorithm didn't choose you. The universe did. If you are hearing this voice right now, it means your consciousness is currently vibrating at a specific frequency. A frequency that is trying to break free. You have felt it, haven't you? That strange, nagging sensation that you are living the same day over and over again. The conversations feel scripted. The faces feel familiar. The struggles repetitive. You wake up, you check your phone, you go to work, you feel the same anxiety, the same lack, the same empty longing. It feels like a movie reel that keeps rewinding itself. You try to run, you try to change, but no matter how fast you move, you always seem to end up right back where you started. Most people call this life. They sleepwalk through it. But you are different. There is an ancient code activating within you, whispering that this is not all there is. You suspect that this reality is a prison, and you are absolutely right. This is not just a feeling. This is a quantum phenomenon known as the observer loop. Right now, your attention is held captive. Like a broken flashlight, you keep illuminating the same sector of reality, collapsing the same probability waves into the same events day after day. You think you are moving forward into the future, but quantum physics suggests you are merely circling your own past. But here is the truth that the Matrix 963, the old structure of reality, doesn't want you to know. You hold the key to stop the real, instantly. You are what the ancient texts and modern quantum theorists call the chosen one. Not in an egoic sense, but in an energetic sense. You possess a soul-level signature that is ready to awaken. You are ready to see what lies behind the curtain. In this deep dive masterclass, we are not going to talk about hollow motivation. We are going to decode the physics of your existence. We are going to dismantle, piece by piece, the observer loop that has kept you stuck in financial struggle, emotional pain, and repetitive karmic cycles for years. We will explore subconscious reprogramming, the power of theta waves, and the law of assumption at a depth you have likely never accessed before. By the time this audio experience ends, you will no longer be a passive observer of a reality you hate. You will become the architect of a reality you choose. Reality changes instantly, not when the world changes, but when the way you observe it changes. Are you ready to exit the loop? Take a deep breath. Let the old timeline dissolve. Welcome to the truth. Welcome to the Matrix 963. Chapter 1. The Invisible Prison, the Physics of Entrapment. To escape a prison, the first and crucial step is to understand how the bars are built. Your prison is not made of steel or concrete. It has no guards. It is built entirely out of your own observation. Let's return to the foundation of everything. Let's look at the most famous mind-bending experiment in the history of quantum physics, the double-slit experiment. This is where science meets magic. When scientists fire the smallest particles of matter, the building blocks of this universe, through two slits, something incredible happens. When no one is watching, when there is no observer, these particles behave like waves. They are fluid, infinite, and exist in multiple possibilities at once. They are pure potential. They can be in the left slit, the right slit, both or neither. But the moment a sensor, an observer, is placed to watch them, everything shifts. The infinite waves instantly collapse. They freeze. They turn into solid particles at a single, fixed location. Observation kills potential and creates fixed reality. Do you understand the terrifying implication this has for your life? Your life is that particle. Before you open your eyes in the morning, your day exists as a wave of infinite potential in the quantum field. There is a version of today where you are wealthy. There is a version where your body is healed. There is a version where you meet the love of your life. There is a version where miracles happen. They are all floating there, waiting for your command. But what happens the second you wake up? Your consciousness, the observer, immediately begins the process of seeking familiarity. You don't wake up expecting magic. You wake up and immediately remember who you are. You reach for your phone. You check your notifications. You download the memory of yesterday's problems. You look at your partner and expect the same old argument. You check your bank account and expect to see the same lack. You look in the mirror and expect to see the same tired face. By expecting, you are observing. And by observing the same things, you are collapsing God's infinite waves of potential into the same solid, rock-hard reality as yesterday. This is the observer loop. You think you are seeing the world as it is. You are not. You are seeing the world as you are. You are projecting your past onto the screen of the present and calling it the future. This is why the law of attraction or manifestation techniques often fail for the masses. Most people try to change the reflection in the mirror without changing their own face. They try to force external reality to change. They want more money. They want love. But they continue to observe the world with the same skepticism, the same fear, and the same victim identity. Physically, it is impossible. As long as you remain the same observer, reality must retain the same structure. It is a law. The universe is not punishing you. The universe is simply responding to your observation with absolute precision. The matrix isn't controlling you. You are rebuilding the matrix every morning with your attention. You are addicted to the certainty of your misery because it feels safer than the uncertainty of the unknown. But the chosen one, the awakened soul, knows a secret that changes everything. You do not observe reality to check if it has changed. You observe reality to command it to change. You must learn to observe what is not yet visible. You must observe your highest self, your wealth, your joy, even when your physical senses cannot see them yet. You must hold that gaze so steadily that the quantum field has no choice but to bend and conform to your observation. That is how you break the invisible prison. Chapter 2: The Neuroscience of Stagnation. Why you are addicted to pain. You might be asking, if I know this mechanism, why can't I just stop? Why do I still get triggered by small things? Why do I still feel unworthy, even when I affirm I am confident? Why do I keep going back to toxic relationships or habits? This is where spirituality meets neuroscience. The trap isn't just quantum, it is biological. It is in your blood and your cells. In neuroscience, there is a fundamental principle called Hebbian learning. Neurons that fire together wire together. Imagine your brain is a dense forest. Every time you think a thought or feel an emotion, it is like walking a path through that forest. If you are angry at your boss every day, if you worry about money every night, if you have felt like a victim for the last 10 years, you have walked that same path thousands of times. Eventually, that dirt path becomes a paved road, then a highway, and finally, a superhighway. At this point, negativity is no longer a choice. It is an automatic program. It becomes who you are. You don't have to try to be sad. Sadness rushes in automatically, traveling down that superhighway at lightning speed. This creates a biological matrix inside your skull. But it gets worse. Every thought produces a corresponding chemical reaction. When you are angry, your brain orders the release of cortisol and adrenaline. When you are suffering, specific peptides are created. When you play the victim, your body is flooded with the chemistry of weakness. Listen closely, because this is the part almost no one tells you. Your body is an addict, and the drug it is addicted to is your own emotional pain. Just like a heroin addict needs the drug to feel normal, your body craves the rush of anxiety, jealousy, or depression, because that is the chemical environment it has lived in for decades. It has defined survival as suffering. When you begin your spiritual awakening, when you try subconscious reprogramming, when you try to think positively and practice gratitude, you are doing something dangerous to the old ego. You are cutting off the supply of its favorite drug. Your body will not sit quietly. It will rebel. It will send an emergency signal up to the brain. It screams, "We are low on cortisol. We are missing our pain. Create a problem immediately." So your brain, obeying the body, starts generating scary thoughts. It reminds you of a past failure. It makes you focus on a negative comment. It makes you feel restless and anxious for no reason. Why? Not because those thoughts are true, but simply so the body can get its chemical fix of the old emotion, to return to the safety of suffering. This is why change feels so hard. This is why people quit. You are not fighting demons. You are fighting your own biology. You are fighting billions of cells screaming for their old food. The chosen one is the one who realizes that these negative thoughts are not the truth. They are withdrawal symptoms of the dying ego. When you feel that resistance, that discomfort, do not believe it. Stand firm as the supreme observer. Watch your body thrash and scream, but do not intervene. Do not judge. And most importantly, do not identify with it. Tell your body, "I know you are in pain because we are changing, but I am in charge here. We are moving toward the light, and you are coming with me." This battleground is the dark night of the soul. But victory here means absolute freedom. When you tame this biological beast, you hold the keys to manifest any reality you desire. Chapter 3. The Awakening Symptoms. Signs you are the chosen one. How do you know if you are truly breaking the loop? How do you know you are not going crazy, but are actually one of the chosen ones activating a timeline shift? The Matrix will not let you leave quietly. As you begin to withdraw your attention from the old reality, as you begin to starve the emotional addict within, your life will start to glitch. You will experience symptoms that modern medicine might call instability, but quantum physics and spirituality call awakening. If you are experiencing these signs, be at peace. You are on the right path. Sign number 1, extreme isolation. As your vibrational frequency rises, you begin to become energetically invisible to those still stuck in lower loops. Friends you have known for years suddenly drift away. Old conversations feel flat, tasteless, and meaningless. Even your own family might not be able to hear you, even when you speak clearly. You feel like you are speaking a foreign language. You feel isolated in a crowd, like an alien left behind on Earth. Do not be afraid. This is not punishment. This is protection. The universe is isolating you to incubate your new energy. Just like a caterpillar must enter the cocoon, completely separated from the outside world to become a butterfly, the universe is separating you from old energy sources to prevent them from contaminating your new quantum manifestation. This loneliness is the price of freedom. Embrace it. Sign number 2, time distortion. The observer loop runs on linear time. Tick-tock, tick-tock, predictable, safe, 3D. But as you enter the quantum field, time becomes elastic. You might sit down to meditate, feeling like only 10 minutes have passed, but when you open your eyes, an hour is gone. Or conversely, a week flies by in a blur, feeling like a single day. This is the clearest sign that you are leaving the third dimension and accessing 4D and 5D consciousness. There, time is not a straight line, it is a point of presence. You are learning to live in the eternal now. Sign number 3, the void, or the collapse. Before the new reality appears, the old one must collapse. You might suddenly lose your job. Your car might break down. Electronics around you might glitch without reason. You might get sick, a sudden intense purge. Everything seems to be going wrong. Do not panic. The chosen one knows this is not bad luck. This is the tower moment. The old structure is crumbling because it can no longer withstand the high voltage of the new frequency you are carrying. Your energy is too strong for the old job, the old relationship, the old circumstances. You are not falling apart, you are falling into place. Let what needs to go, go. Do not cling to the ruins. Sign number 4, divine synchronicities. You start seeing repeating numbers like madness, 1111, 222, 444, or the God frequency, 963. They appear on clocks, license plates, receipts. You think of someone and they call. You have a question in your mind and instantly a YouTube video pops up with the exact answer, just like this one. These are winks from the universe. They are positive feedback loops. The universe is telling you, keep going. The signal is clear. The observer is waking up. The matrix is dissolving. If you are nodding your head right now, if you feel a resonance vibrating in your chest, then stop doubting yourself. You are not crazy. You are in the process of subconscious reprogramming. You are breaking the shell to step into a larger world. But recognizing the symptoms is only the beginning. We cannot just sit and endure the symptoms. We need to actively hack the system. We need to access the source code of the universe to rewrite the script of your destiny. To do that, we need to talk about the master key, the gateway to divine communication. We need to talk about theta waves and the natural hypnotic state. Prepare yourself, because what you are about to hear next will change the way you sleep, the way you dream, and the way you wake up forever. Chapter 4. The Dark Night of the Soul. The Great Purge. Before you can build a palace, you must demolish the shack that stands in its place. This is a universal law that no one can escape, yet it is the stage where most people surrender. You have recognized the symptoms. You have seen the signs. You know you are the chosen one. But instead of immediate bliss, you might find yourself plunging into an abyss of despair. You might feel a heaviness in your chest that has no name. Old traumas you thought were healed suddenly resurface with the violence of a storm. You might question your sanity. You might feel like you are losing your mind. This phase is known in ancient traditions as the dark night of the soul. Do not mistake this for depression. Depression is a stagnation of the spirit. The dark night is a dynamic, violent, and holy process of purification. Why does this happen? Why does it feel like you are dying? Because, in a very real sense, you are. The you that is dying is not your true self. It is your ego. It is the false identity constructed by the Matrix 963. The identity of the victim, the struggler, the one who is not enough. For years, you have stored pain, rejection, and fear in the basement of your subconscious mind. You locked the door and threw away the key, hoping those monsters would disappear. But they didn't disappear. They have been running your observer loop from the shadows. They have been the silent projectionists of your reality. Now that you are awakening, now that the light of your consciousness is turning inward, that light is shining into the basement. The monsters are revealed, and they are screaming. This is where you must perform the most courageous act of your life: shadow work. Shadow work is not about fighting the darkness. It is about integrating it. When a wave of fear washes over you, do not run. Do not distract yourself with your phone. Do not numb yourself with food or entertainment. Stand your ground. Look that fear in the eye. Ask it, what are you trying to protect me from? You will realize that your fear is just love that has been twisted by trauma. Your anger is just a boundary that was violated and never repaired. Your jealousy is just a blocked desire. The Matrix wants you to fear your darkness because your darkness holds your power. When you reclaim your shadow, you reclaim the energy that was trapped in the past. You stop leaking energy into the old timeline. This dark night is the fire of the phoenix. It burns, yes. It hurts, yes. But it burns away everything that is not you. It burns away the false beliefs, the generational curses, and the limitations of the 3D world. If you are in the fire right now, do not pray for the fire to stop. Pray to become the gold that survives the flame. Because on the other side of this night, the sun doesn't just rise, it explodes with the brilliance of 1,000 stars. Chapter 5. Accessing the Operating System, Theta Waves, and the Door. Once the fire of the dark night has cleared the debris, you are left with a clean slate. Now you must learn how to write the new code. You must learn how to hack the operating system of your reality. The problem with most positive thinking is that it happens in the wrong state of mind. Right now, as you listen to me, you are likely in a beta brainwave state. This is the state of alertness, logic, and critical thinking. It is the state of the conscious mind. But the conscious mind only controls 5% of your reality. The other 95%, the scripts that run your heartbeat, your emotional reactions, and your quantum manifestation, resides in the subconscious mind. Trying to change your life while in beta is like trying to change the operating system of a computer by yelling at the monitor. It is useless. You are locked out of the command center. To rewrite the script, you must open the door to the subconscious. That door opens only when your brain slows down. It opens in the twilight zone between wakefulness and sleep. It opens in theta waves. Theta is the frequency of creation. It is the frequency of miracles. Children live in theta until the age of 7. That is why they learn so fast, and that is why they are so easily programmed by their parents and society. As adults, we lose access to this state, except for 2 brief windows, immediately before you fall asleep and immediately after you wake up. These are the magic windows, and unfortunately, this is when most people do the most damage to themselves. What do you do right before sleep? You worry. You replay the embarrassing moments of the day. You scroll through social media, feeding your brain with comparison and doom. You are literally hypnotizing yourself into misery. You are using the most powerful creative state to program more of what you hate. From tonight, this must change. You, the chosen one, will use this window for sleep hypnosis. As your body relaxes, as your eyelids get heavy, your brainwave frequency slides from beta down to alpha, and then into the deep, slow rhythm of theta. In this state, the critical guard at the door of your mind goes on a break. The door is wide open. Whatever you assume to be true in this state goes directly into the hard drive of your soul. Do not fall asleep thinking about your problems. Fall asleep assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Loop a scene in your mind, a scene that implies your success. Feel the handshake of the business deal. Feel the warmth of your soulmate's hand. Feel the relief of the debt being paid. Do not just see it, feel it. This is not daydreaming. This is subconscious reprogramming. When you do this, you are planting seeds in fertile soil. While you sleep, while your conscious mind is offline, your subconscious will work all night to arrange the people, the circumstances, and the coincidences to make that seed grow. You go to sleep as a human. You wake up as a creator. Chapter 6: The Law of Assumption, Beyond Attraction. We have cleared the old code. We have accessed the operating system. Now, what program do we install? For years, you have been told about the law of attraction. You have been told to attract what you want. But I am here to tell you that there is a higher law, a law that is faster, more direct, and more ruthless. It is the law of assumption. The law of attraction implies separation. It implies that the thing you want is over there, and you are over here, and you must drag it towards you. This creates resistance. This creates a time lag. The law of assumption, taught by the great mystic Neville Goddard, states a radical truth. Creation is finished. Everything you desire already exists It exists right now, in the quantum field as a frequency. You do not attract what you want. You attract what you are. The universe does not speak English. It does not speak Chinese. It speaks frequency. If you say, "I want to be rich," the universe hears the frequency of wanting. And wanting implies lacking. So the universe gives you more wanting. It gives you more lack. You stay in the loop of desire, never reaching the destination. To break the observer loop, you must stop wanting and start being. You must assume the state of the wish fulfilled before the 3D reality shows you any evidence. This is the hardest part for the logical mind. Your senses will look around and say, "But I am broke. But I am alone. Look at the facts." The chosen one replies, "Facts are just shadows of yesterday's assumptions. I am no longer defined by the 3D. I am defined by my consciousness." You must dare to assume the feeling of "I am," not "I will be," but "I am." I am wealthy. I am healthy. I am loved. And you must maintain this inner assumption with the stubbornness of a god, even when the world around you is collapsing. If you can walk through a day of failure with the internal feeling of success, reality must shift. It has no choice. The outer world is just a mirror. If you smile at the mirror, the reflection has no choice but to smile back. But you must smile first. This is the secret of the Matrix 963. The Matrix is a mirror. Stop trying to scrub the mirror to change the reflection. Change your face. Change your assumption. Live in the end. Do not visit your dream like a tourist. Move into your dream. Occupy it. Make it your dwelling place. When your internal assumption becomes more real to you than the external world, the glitch happens. The timeline jumps, and what was once a dream suddenly hardens into fact. Chapter 7: Quantum Manifestation, the Solar Gaze. Now we arrive at the mechanics of the shift. How do you physically execute this in your waking hours? We move from the theory of assumption to the practice of quantum manifestation. Earlier, we talked about the broken flashlight of your attention, focusing narrowly on problems. Now, I want you to upgrade your technology. I want you to switch from a flashlight to a sun. A flashlight is narrow. It is tense. It searches in the dark. It is the energy of trying to find. The sun does not search. The sun simply is. It shines in all directions. It does not struggle to light up the earth. Its very nature is illumination. This is the state of coherence. Scientists at the HeartMath Institute have discovered that the heart generates a magnetic field 5,000 times stronger than the brain. When you think with your brain, the flashlight, the signal is weak. When you feel with your heart, the sun, the signal is massive. But the true magic happens when the brain and the heart work together. This is heart-brain coherence. When your clear intention, the brain, marries your elevated emotion, the heart, you create a wireless signal that ripples through the quantum web. So how do you practice the solar gaze? Throughout your day, instead of staring at your problems with laser-focused anxiety, I want you to soften your gaze. Look at your life with a soft, knowing confidence. When a bill arrives, do not contract in fear. Soften, expand, observe it, but overlay it with the frequency of abundance. When a conflict arises, do not tighten up. Soften, radiate peace. You are no longer trying to fix the 3D world. You are simply holding the frequency of the solution. You are collapsing the wave function, not by force, but by presence. Think of it like this. The old you was a beggar, knocking on the door of the universe, asking for scraps. The new you, the chosen one, is the emperor. The emperor does not beg. The emperor does not run. The emperor sits on the throne. His mere presence commands order. When you rest in the certainty that it is done, you generate a magnetic field of 963 hertz, the frequency of return to oneness. In this state, you do not chase butterflies. You tend to your garden, and the butterflies come to you. You do not chase money. You become abundance, and money flows to you. You do not chase love. You become love, and love surrounds you. This is the difference between force and power. The matrix runs on force. You run on power. By maintaining this solar gaze, this state of coherence, you disrupt the signal of the old observer loop. You stop feeding the old timeline, and without your energy feeding it, the old timeline must starve and die. But be warned, as the old timeline dies, you might feel a sudden urge to go back. The comfort of the known is a powerful gravity. You must be prepared for the final test. You must be prepared to jump. Chapter 8. Breaking the Matrix. 963. The Illusion of Solidity. We have prepared your mind. We have prepared your body. Now we must confront the nature of reality itself. You have heard the term the Matrix 1,000 times, but to the chosen one, this is not just a movie reference. It is a literal description of the frequency prison you have been living in. The Matrix is the collective agreement of billions of sleeping observers. It is the consensus reality that says, this is hard, money is scarce, love is painful, you are small. This collective belief creates a dense, low-frequency field, a heavy fog that surrounds the planet. But there is a frequency that dissolves this fog. It is the frequency of truth. It is the frequency of the source. In ancient solfeggio tones, it is known as 963 Hertz. This is not just a sound. It is a state of consciousness. It is the frequency of the crown chakra, the direct connection to the divine. When you begin to vibrate at the frequency of 963 Hertz, you start to see the cracks in the walls. You realize that the world around you is not solid. It is a hologram. Your bank account balance is just pixels on a screen. Your diagnosis is just a report on a paper. Your past is just a memory trace in a dying neuron. None of it is real in the way you thought. It is all malleable energy. The Matrix tries to convince you that the reflection in the mirror is permanent. It screams at you with bills, with news, with drama. It tries to scare you back into the observer loop. But the awakened soul stands in the middle of the storm and laughs because you know the secret. The screen is not the movie. You can change the movie, but you never touch the screen. You go to the projector, and the projector is your consciousness. When you stop reacting to the 3D world, you starve the matrix. When you see a problem and refuse to feed it your fear, you create a glitch. Have you noticed the glitches lately? Objects disappearing and reappearing. Thinking of a song and hearing it instantly. Déjà vu happening not once a month, but every day. These are not errors. These are system updates. The simulation is rendering a new timeline around you because your frequency is demanding a higher resolution of reality. You are no longer a character in the video game. You are realizing you are the player holding the controller. And the moment you realize this, the game changes. You stop fighting the level bosses. You simply rewrite the code. Chapter 9. Timeline Jumping. The Multiverse Theory. If reality is a hologram, then where are you going? You are not improving yourself. You are not fixing your life. Listen to me, because this is the most important concept in quantum mysticism. You are shifting to a parallel reality where the version of you who is already perfect exists. This is the theory of the multiverse. Imagine a radio. There are hundreds of stations broadcasting simultaneously right now in the room you are sitting in. Jazz, rock, news, static. Just because you are tuned in to 98.5 The Struggle doesn't mean 100.1 The Victory isn't playing. It is playing right now. It is loud. It is clear. You just can't hear it because your dial is stuck. Timeline jumping, or quantum jumping, is the act of turning the dial. There is a version of you right now in this very second who is a millionaire. There is a version of you who is deeply in love. There is a version of you who has never known sickness. They are not in the future. They are in a parallel now. How do you jump? You do not jump with your feet. You jump with your assumption. You bridge the gap by matching the frequency of that reality. This is why we talk about the solar gaze and theta waves. These are your tuning tools. When you enter the state of the wish fulfilled, you are literally syncing your energy signature with that parallel timeline. At first, it feels like pretending. Then it feels like a memory. And finally, it becomes your physical location. But here is the warning for the chosen one. When you jump timelines, you leave things behind. You cannot take your old baggage into the new dimension. You cannot take your old victim story. You cannot take your old friends who are committed to their misery. The jump requires a sacrifice. The sacrifice is your old identity. Many people stand on the edge of the cliff, look at the beautiful new timeline, but refuse to jump because they are afraid to let go of their heavy suitcases of trauma. But this trauma is who I am, they cry. No, that trauma was just a lesson in the old school. You have graduated. Leave the books behind. The universe is asking you, how much do you want this? Do you want it enough to become someone else? If the answer is yes, then jump. Assume the new identity. Walk like them. Talk like them. Make decisions like them. Do not wait for the money to feel rich. Feel rich, and the timeline must shift to give you the money. This is quantum logic. It is backward to the human mind, but it is the only way the universe works. Chapter 10. The Final Protocol. Your Daily Escape Plan. We have covered the physics, the neuroscience, and the metaphysics. Now we land the spaceship. How do you live this? You need a protocol, a daily ritual to ensure you do not fall back into the observer loop. Here is the protocol of the chosen one. 3 steps, every single day. No excuses. Step 1. The morning download, Theta state. The moment you wake up, keep your eyes closed. Do not touch your phone. The phone is the anchor to the old matrix. Stay in that groggy drift state, Theta. For 5 minutes, visualize your day going perfectly. See the end result of your biggest goal. Feel the gratitude as if it has already happened. Say to the universe, I am shifting to the timeline where your goal is mine. Claim it. Then open your eyes. You have just set the GPS for the day. Step 2. The solar gaze, pattern interrupt. Throughout the day, the matrix will try to trigger you. A rude coworker, a traffic jam, a bill. Catch yourself. The moment you feel the contraction of stress, the flashlight, stop. Take a deep breath. Interrupt the pattern. Soften your eyes. Expand your vision. Switch to the solar gaze. Repeat the mantra. I am the observer, not the reaction. I am the creator, not the victim. Do this 10, 20, 50 times a day if needed. You are retraining your nervous system to stay in coherence. Step 3. The nightly revision, subconscious reprogramming. This is the secret weapon of the mystics. Before you sleep, review your day. If something bad happened, do not accept it as final. In your imagination, rewrite the scene. If you had an argument, imagine the conversation went peacefully. If you got rejected, imagine you were accepted. Overwrite the memory tape. Your subconscious does not know the difference between what happened and what you imagined. By doing this, you clean your vibration before you sleep. You enter the dream world pure. You stop the karmic wheel. Do this for 21 days. I promise you, your reality will not look the same. The people will change. The opportunities will appear out of thin air. The glitches will become miracles. A message from the future. We have reached the end of this transmission, but for you, this is only the beginning. You now have the map. You have the keys to the cell. The door is unlocked, but I cannot open it for you. You must push it open. The observer loop is strong, but you are stronger. The Matrix 963 is clever, but you are divine. As we close this session, I want you to feel something. Close your eyes for a second. Can you feel a presence? Can you feel a pull, a magnetism drawing you forward? That is not just hope. That is a signal coming from a specific point in the future. There is a version of you standing at the top of the mountain. They are looking back at you right now, in this moment. They are the version of you who made it, the version who broke the loop, the version who is living your dream life. They are sending you this energy. They are the ones who guided you to click on this video. They are begging you, do not give up. We are so close. Just one more step. Just one more day of belief. Keep going. You owe it to them. You owe it to the future you. If you are ready to accept this mission, if you are ready to declare to the universe that you are awake, then leave your mark in the comments below. Write these words: I am ready. Do not just type it, feel it. Let it be your quantum declaration. Let it be the stamp on your new passport to a new life. I am ready. But wait, there is something else you need to know. Breaking the loop is step 1. But once you break out, you will face a new challenge. The universe will test you. The old reality will try one last desperate attempt to pull you back. And your future self has a specific warning about this danger, a warning you cannot ignore. In the next video, we are going to channel that direct message. The title is, Your Future Self is Begging You. Watch this before it's too late. We will decode the final message from your higher self. Make sure you are subscribed to the Matrix 963. Turn on the notification bell. You do not want to miss the call when it comes. You are the chosen one. The loop is broken. The game is yours. Wake up.